person looking around the room as though you're surprised. And all of you viewers, it is Proxy Table Gaming, PTG, Hyper-G, and Lucky Sixes in a frenzy.
Who am I?
Who are you?
I'm Lucky Sixes,
I
baby.
just told them that.
Oh yeah, I remember. No, I was just making sure we're recording, actually.
Oh, okay, well, are we?
Yes.
Great. Oh, of course, you've got your new monitor.
I have. I've got, for people that don't know, I've got like a new setup. I've got like 18 screens everywhere.
Yeah.
So every now and then I'll just go.
Yeah.
And that'll be because I'm looking somewhere else.
So that's taken you like a year of wishing you were Trent to get that, hasn't it, really?
Yes. Yeah, he inspired
me. We first saw that in the Masters video, didn't we? With this multiple screen.
He sent me clips of him practicing, and I was in awe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, brilliant. Sweet. So let's talk about tech. Round 5.
Yes.
Let's finish it. We're on to round 5. It is.
Yeah, man. We're going to do both battles this week as well for people that are staying up to date with everyone. So, yeah, first you, then me, and then tech is all wrapped up.
Yes, and done. And that is the end of 2021.
Yeah. Only fair, right?
Yeah, because, something happened in January 22 that we were involved in. I don't know if they watched it. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
I didn't.
No, I was too busy at the time.
Yeah.
So, my round 5, I go against an old enemy in Highborn Elves.
Oh, man.
Boo.
I'm so excited.
I know who you're supporting. Especially after your scathing comments in the Art of War list review.
Absolutely.
I mean, thanks, chum.
No love lost there.
Indeed. Frontline Clash is always a good one to finish a tournament on. Best thinking. Capture the Flags, slightly more thinking. But this is my opponent, Fred Brown, who is another of the cool gang with Matt Pell and Dan Winter, or just Winter, as he told me to call him. The three of them were here at Tech, and over the course of the weekend, I played all three. So that's not bad, is it? Round 1, I got Winter. Round 3, I got Matt Bell, and round 5, I got Fred Brown.
I like that you had breaks in the middle for other
absolutely,
people.
Yeah.
That's very considerate of yourself.
Of course. I mean, I lost to Winter. I lost to Matt Bell. Is Fred going to do the hat trick for his trio of buddies? We shall find out. His list has a griffin, high prince, nearly a dragon, and all the usual goodness. Return of Nova Flare, which hasn't been seen in a while.
Yeah, it's cool.
Since the early days, but it is really cool.
This is a killy prince, man.
Yeah, totally. Wizard Master with Alchemy, not great because my Saurians do have a bit of armor.
Yeah.
Including my dinosaurs, etc. Commander Longbow, Queen's Companion, very familiar with that. Obviously, you can see the Queen's Guard are there. Who wouldn't go anywhere without Queen's Guard? A big unit of Highborn Lancers, your favourite core choice. 2 Sea Guard, 2 small Sea Guard instead of 1 big. Slight variation.
I think the idea behind that is that they both cover volley each other.
Yeah,
as well, which is quite interesting. Yeah.
Obviously, he hasn't got the Spear Prince to go in 1 big block. He's got 2 small blocks, which for Capture the Flags is probably more beneficial to me because it's 2 targets instead of 1. But yeah, they could support each other nicely. 2 Lion Chariots, 2 Sea Guard Reapers, which is a nice change from 3 Sea Guard Reapers. 2 Frost Phoenixes. T9, nice. I have a history of doing rather poorly against flying monsters, so yeah, I wasn't delighted to see them, I'll be honest. But yes, my list is there, as always. Hasn't changed, because that would be cheating. The Rhamphodon project continues. What was the total we said they're on? Just over 1,000, was it?
1,119 points they're on.
Okay.
I think they need 1,700 to get there.
No, 700. 700.
Well, in total.
1,700.
Yeah. For the whole tournament.
Yes, that's to break even, though.
To break even. So if they get 1,701, then
it's a win.
They've got more than their points. So,
exactly. Yeah. Totally right. Yeah. So, but it is going to be. They're going to need to do some work in this last battle.
Absolutely.
Under par or over par, depending on how you want to use the golf term. Yes. Temple Guard project. Meanwhile, well, debatable. You say they're doing all right because they've survived a few battles, but
2 objectives in it so far.
No. I'm yet to win an objective in this tournament. That is
Well,
big issue.
They've helped you with the objective in 2 of the battles. You haven't lost them because of it.
No, I did win an objective against Joe, didn't I? I think. Well, no, I didn't. No, I just. I think I did actually. Anyway, let's not worry about what I didn't do in the past. Temple Guard project, boo. So, Fred the Griffin Man Brown, apparently. So he is known for his griffin.
That's cool.
That, but his T-shirt told me.
Yeah.
So I was unsure. So,
has he got that just because everyone started using a griffin?
I don't know. Maybe.
And he's like, no, I'm the original.
Yeah, could be. I didn't ask him. Mainly because I wasn't looking at his pecs during the battle. It's only after the battle and this.
You missed out, mate.
I've now been looking at it constantly. So you know, absolutely. We'll start with my list, my deployment at the bottom, which is frontline clash. So there was no reason for me to corner, but I did. Well, if you can call it corner, I suppose you can.
Usually passable. I quite like that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, splitting up the channels. I think Fred dropped for first, which meant I could take on board the comments that I'd got for the other battle reports, which I hadn't seen at the event because the battle report hadn't gone out yet, and focus on one side, basically, and just try and bully one side of his army, which was very much my thinking here, because I stuck the Stygisaur and a core unit of Saurians just to guide that side of the house, see what Fred wanted to send around it, and see if they could hold it off. Then I got the Taurosaur, Temple Guard, 2 core Saurian units, 2 Salamanders, and 2 Chameleons on the far flank, with the Rhamphodons just behind. I knew Fred's deployment at this stage. I like the idea of the Chameleons killing the Frost Phoenix as early as possible with their poison shooting. Obviously, they need a little bit of luck to get through Aegis saves and all that, but, you know, under armour.
Yeah, so 4 up, 5 up.
Exactly, but that was going to be an early target of mine, basically. I like that there was a core unit of small spears that I could hopefully get through and go 1-0 up on a capture the flag. And meanwhile, I was hoping to Temple Guard, Queen's Guard, literally just run at him and beat them senseless, because everyone wants to do that to Queen's Guard. And also, I was planning on being aggressive with my Taurosaur at this stage, so I was basically moving him in the middle and then zoning the other side of his army. And speaking of his army, he had his silver helm, his lancers on the far flank, which I was happy with, because it meant I could. I've got my Stygisaur's toxic breath weapon to potentially reduce their numbers.
Yeah, really good.
And
spears as well. So like that's a.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I quite like that idea. I was a bit concerned about the hill being a reroll charge range, but at the same time, I was never really planning on coming out from my position.
Yeah.
So I didn't need to. So I was planning on making it a long rerollable charge as opposed to a makeable rerollable charge.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got two lion chariots. There's the other small spear unit. The griffin is behind them. Where is his other reaper? I think his other reaper is behind the chariot, the yellowy chariot. There's a reaper.
Yes,
back there.
There is, yeah.
Queen's Guard are the orange ladies in the middle with very cool flame bows, I have to say. Hopefully we'll get a better picture of them shortly. A Frost Phoenix behind there. There's the other spear chucker. It's goblins. Yeah, and I've already said about the other flank. My Rhamphodons have block-toaded the small spear unit and the Queen's Guard, just in case they get a chance to get further on.
Sure.
My plan as well is to also move the Rhamphodons up the right flank with the Chameleons, etc., and really just come in from the flank, assuming I can deal with that Frost Phoenix, of course. There we go. Oh, yes, I did get some pictures of Fred's army, because they are beautiful.
Lovely.
I wish I had more time to get pictures of other people's painting, because it's far better than mine ever will be. So, there you go. Lovely griffin. And yeah, the flame bows are really cool. Right. Nice. So, yeah. Turn 1 for Fred. Moves the lancers onto the hill, which I'm very much expecting and knew would happen.
Yeah.
He moves his lion chariots and his phoenix towards this side of the hill. And that is kind of like, okay, I was expecting him to try and come around the house. That's quite a lot coming around the house.
It is, yeah.
You know, and I'm not entirely sure a Styg and 1 core unit can bend that off. But we'll see, was my thinking at that point.
Yeah.
His Queen's Guard, I think, was shuffled a little bit, maybe. The other Phoenix has moved in between the 2 infantry blocks, which means they are out of range the first round for Chameleons, which is a shame. Sure, so perhaps Fred saw that danger as well of losing a Phoenix early, because I was going to put all my magic on him as well. So yeah, he's mitigated that potentially. The bolt thrower gets no. That is sorry. That's Quicksilver Lash doing one wound on my Taurosaur, which is lucky. Only did one wound. So yeah. However, the shooting, elf shooting, man, what the frig,
mate!
All I did was literally deploy them on the hill as opposed to behind the hill, and I mean, small mistakes cost you big in this game. They really do,
and especially being flags as well.
Yeah, it's a matter of 2 inches, and I could have just put them behind the hill, and I think the Queen's Guard wouldn't have been able to see the unit on the further. It's too far.
Sure, or you get some cover behind it, regardless. Yeah. So.
And if he'd have been forced to shoot at the Temple Guard, I've got a 3-up armor against them, 4 up against Queen's Guard, and a 5-up Aegis against that. Whereas this unit is literally relying on a 4-up or 5-up armor. For the sake of being 2 inches on the hill, it was a lot to lose. So a little bit disappointed about that.
Yeah, considering as well, you're not getting any. You're not going to charge with them. So.
Exactly. Yeah, there's nothing. I literally am down to 6 for no gain there. Onto my turn, and I do as I said I would with the aggressive Taurosaur move in the middle. I've already taken 1 wound to his alchemy, and I think the Reapers were unlucky not to do more. So I don't hang around. I'm not afraid of 1 Phoenix charging in to him. I think I can take the Phoenix.
Not many attacks, is it? It's only got 4 attacks. So.
Exactly, and with a counter charge from the Temple Guard potentially, if Fred puts him on that side, which he wouldn't. I just think the Taurosaur can handle that at least.
Yeah.
The Griffin is line of sight blocked by the other Phoenix, so I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that Griffin being able to charge the Taurosaur. They can't see him.
Yeah,
and that I clarified with Fred at the time to make sure there was no misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Because
you don't want it doing it on his turn. Going,
actually, you can't see my Taurosaur, so you can't declare that charge.
Yeah,
because otherwise he's just spent his entire my turn thinking about what he can't do.
Yeah.
So we clarified that immediately, and I wouldn't have put the Taurosaur there if the Griffin could Nova Lance in there and just destroy him. So.
Which he would.
Yeah, totally. I moved the Stygosaur and the Saurian core unit back a bit to make sure that Lancer charge on the hill is a long way, possibly too long to even do legally. Because I know that if he comes around with all 4 of those units, the longer it takes, the better, really.
Sure.
And then the advance on the right flank begins. Obviously, I don't have any Phoenix to shoot at anymore, which is a shame. But Chameleons are out of line of sight. Salamanders are nearly out of line of sight. The Rhamphodons, I think, didn't vanguard because I didn't want them shot by the first volley of shooting. So now they're just moving up relatively slowly onto the hill.
Yeah.
I don't expect Fred will come forward with his spears, but if they do, then the Rhamphodons have got to reroll up and charge into them. And the unit of 6 Saurians cry themselves behind the hill because their job is done. Capture the flags. I can't afford to have them shot.
They've wasted a round of shooting.
That's true.
From that point of view, they've absorbed it, and then it means nothing. So that is something. Let's be optimistic here.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? And yet, that's just a shot of the distance the Lancers have got to charge. I think it's too much, basically. To make use of the hill. Over here, has anything moved on his part? I don't think it has. I think that's just another picture of my movement and Fred warming up.
Magic? Any magic?
No, I don't appear to have got any significant magic. I've gained 2 Veil tokens. You can see that behind the Temple Guard. I know what I've done. I've done a wound or 2 to the Reaper at the back. There's a couple of red dots on it.
Yeah.
Looking at that now, the only way I could have done that is if I'd used Swarm of Insects. And Swarm of Insects is on the Stygosaur. So I'm not sure I should have even been allowed that.
Because of line of sight?
Well, and distance. Yeah, line of sight mainly.
Oh, right, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I might have made a mistake there because I might have, done the whole Quattle casting through the Taurosaur line of sight thing.
Sure.
But the spell originated from the Stygosaur, so I don't think I should have been allowed that. And I can't see any other way I would have got wounds on the Reaper. So that's an interesting one. But yeah.
The Hereditary?
The Hereditary's on the Stygosaur as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
They're his 2 spells, basically.
Sure. No, fair play.
Yeah, so apologies, Fred. I might have got that wrong. Over here, he redirects traffic, basically. He's getting in the flank of the Taurosaur with the chariots and possibly reducing the amount that comes around the hill. He also moves the Lancers as far forward onto the hill as they can be, without coming off of it.
Precariously positioned on a dice.
I know, yeah. So this is him getting around the flank of the Taurosaur. I'm not that disappointed about that. I mean, I could have angled a bit better to prevent him doing that. I probably should have done. But really, my plan at this point was to keep going as opposed to stopping to charge the chariots and whatnot.
Sure.
Which would have been a risk in itself, but yeah, we'll see. What's over here?
Just move back.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just his spears just waiting for their inevitable attention.
Yep.
He does 2 more wounds with the Reapers to the Taurosaur. That's not great now because I'm down to 3 left.
Yeah.
That's probably a few too many wounds that I would like from that situation, but it's going to happen when focus fire. And my reaction to that in my turn 2 is to move the Taurosaur all the way back. I can't use him anymore. He's too many points to use as chaff.
Yeah.
It was too long to charge into the Queen's Guard, and I would have got volley fire from 3 units. Is that possible, or is only 1 unit allowed to volley fire?
Oh, wait, Queen's Guard can't volley fire, but
no, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
cover volley.
I think it's only 1. Yeah, I think it's only 1.
Yeah, but either way, it's all the Queen's Guard, a unit of spears. They're going to do at least 1, maybe 2 wounds on the Taurosaur, and then I might fail the charge. And if I fail the charge, I'm getting counter-charged by the chariot of Phoenix.
Yeah.
I couldn't see that the Taurosaur's aggressive move wasn't going to do it, basically, so I moved him all the way back instead, which is a shame. Similarly, the Stitch and the core unit are just saying, all right, come and get us. Because the Stitch has got a decent amount of range for its magic spells, so it doesn't need to go forward. Temple Guard move up because they are the new aggression. But it's surprising how slowly 8 inches is when your elf opponent is backing away. You know,
well, he goes really back 3, doesn't he? So
exactly. You just don't get anywhere. It feels like I've used 2 turns of this and just not close.
He still looks 24 inches away, doesn't he?
Exactly. Yeah, it's a long way to go. But hey. Meanwhile, though, my right flank is turning the flank, the opposite flank to how I did against Risto. But yeah, I'm moving up nicely on that right side. Yeah, there it is. I think I've reformed
to be out of line of sight.
Light troops to be out of line of sight, so that he has to move to get his shots up on the Rhamphodons.
That's a lot in his flank.
Definitely is. It's all little shitty units though. Yeah. Quicksilver Lash does the maximum amount of damage to a Lancer unit, which is awesome. And that really was cool. Quattl casting by the Stitch, so that's cool. They could use of symbiosis there. The Chameleons finish off the Reaper.
Yep.
I really hope that wasn't because of the wounds I did with Swarm of Insects. I don't remember how many the Chameleons did, but there's 18 shots coming in, so on average they should do 3 wounds.
Yeah.
How many HP does a spear?
4.
Is it 4?
So it could happen.
Yeah, I can't remember, but let's say the Chameleons did it on their own to save my sleep. The Frost Phoenix, as you can see, has now moved all the way behind the Queen's Guard, so he knows the danger there, and he's using him as reserve, which makes sense. I follow up shooting with some Salamander, and more Chameleons, killing a few spears. May as well start the job, as they've got no one else to shoot. Kill a decent amount, actually. Fred gets aggressive on this side. He knows I'm going to back up as long as I can. In hindsight, I possibly should have reformed early and just run away. And just said, make the distance even further.
Yeah, well, no, because then the Lancers come right up.
Exactly, yeah.
So you can't do that.
Yeah. But now the Phoenix is just saying, I don't care if you charge me, because I've got a lot of friends coming to back me up.
And he's a flyer as well, so you're not technically chaffing him. So it's a really good move, I think. Definitely,
agreed, every sense. And yeah, the chariots and the Lancers have now moved forward along with the Griffin on this flank. The Taurosaur's not zoning them anymore, so why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know. And yeah, his line is really diagonal now. Really cool.
Arguably, on the left, could you have? I know you ran away with the Taurosaur. Could you have faced him towards the left?
Yes, but then he could still have been shot by Queen's Guard and stuff and finished off.
No, but like,
you
so
mean behind the hill?
Back.
Yeah.
Moved him
potentially.
Back.
And then, the Phoenix possibly wouldn't have done that quite as aggressively.
Give you the Stidge and the Taurosaur facing this way.
I know, same with the Stidge, really.
Yeah.
It's not holding him back in any way, is it? The small spear unit just faces its inevitable demise as it's been left to flap around. It's fine. I don't know why I've taken a picture of my flank. It is his turn.
That's just showing what's coming.
Well, exactly, yeah. Could well be. I don't think he's done any magic to kill anything. I'm trying to look, see if no, can't see anything. Here you go. Here's shooting. Queen's Guard and spear unit go to town on that chameleon unit. -2 to hit. We don't care, basically.
Well, they're still hitting on 4s, the Queen Guard, aren't they? And then they're wounded on 2s. It's just brutal.
Yeah, absolutely. And one chameleon does survive to run away towards the end, but not great. But I guess I should expect that, really. At the time, I think I was actually more pleased that he hadn't just killed the salamander.
Sure.
Because salamanders, if they can get to Queen's Guard, could roast them alive.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then his Reapers open up, and man, I did not have a good day 2.
Reaper.
War machines. Reaper, single Reaper. And this was another rookie mistake. I made so many mistakes in this battle, it was unbelievable.
Sure, yeah.
How have I given that Reaper line of sight on the Taurosaur?
Yeah.
Well, not only was he facing the wrong way, but I've got a house. I can literally hide behind that house and face the other way.
Especially if you're trying to, like, save him as well,
Even half cover would have been fine. Just to get half behind it, especially if I'm angled to the left. That would have been half cover. It's silly. But the Reaper literally does the one shot, hits, wounds, fail my Aegis, and D3 rolls a 3. 3 wounds. So,
there you go.
Bye-bye, Taurosaur.
Yeah, man.
Gutted. Living war machines, man. They've ruined my day 2.
Aegis has been terrible as well, it sounds.
Yeah. I think I passed a single Taurosaur Aegis in day 2, which is horrible. In my turn, the Saurians can't really go anywhere at this point. They've just got to back up and make it further for the chariots to get in, really. The Stidge, I think... Can the chariots both charge it? I'm not sure if they could or not. It looks like they can here. I don't know whether I was aware of that or at the time. It won't matter. Moving the Rhamphodons up aggressively and the Salamanders. Saturation fire, basically. I need to kill that spear unit to make me 1 up on the objective, which is obviously very important.
Yeah.
And the Temple Guard continue to move 8 inches forward. He's literally not shot a single one of them. So he's killing everything else, or trying to, and ignoring my Temple Guard. And I know that's part of your argument as a positive. So
yeah, I know. But it just means that. But if you can outmaneuver them as well, they're just what they're doing.
That's it. So this is the view of that flankage. I think my chameleon kept running. A single chameleon.
And a single Fred Peck.
Yes, a single one. Fred Peck, absolutely. Yeah. So Griff, not Griffin.
Yeah.
Basically. Or on.
Fawn.
Yeah.
Fawn.
Depending on how you want to look at it, this chameleon unit decided they didn't want any part of the Queen's Guard shooting them.
Man. Yeah.
And so, that's not their fight. Even -2 to hit isn't enough to discourage them. They've seen their other boys get smashed, so they're not going to give the same option. The 6 unit of Saurians and the other unit, I didn't have anything for the other unit to do, even at 15. They weren't going to get there. They were just going to get shot if they came nearer, by the Queen's Guard, potentially. So I'm just hoping to keep 2 of my scoring units safe, really, with that. Does mean I'm not using 600 points in my army, but capture the flags, isn't it? So when you haven't got cheap scoring units...
Yeah, it's one of those, without having the Queen's Guard tied up.
That's it.
They just go to town.
And I was concerned about the Saurian unit I had on the left. I knew I was going to lose them to the Phoenix, etc. So I knew that even if I got the spear unit, I would be at 1-1.
Yeah.
So I needed to keep these 2 alive, was my thinking. Yeah, there is the left-hand side, and you see that the lancers have been decimated by alchemy magic. I think it was alchemy magic because I didn't got a lot of shooting. Certainly none and no shooting actually. I think I had like a quicksilver lash and a molten copper.
Sure,
if I remember rightly. And they both maximised, so I got some really good damage rolls on that.
Yeah, really good. Still got one left though to get. Still got to get him.
Yeah, one left. I don't. Yeah, I mean that wasn't even part of my capture the flags calculation. I didn't really expect to kill them off with magic alone, but now I'm genuinely close to getting that lancer unit, which is awesome.
What's the movement of the Stitch? 14, is it?
714. Yeah.
And so you'd have to get. Was there any potential to just sacrifice him to toxic breath then?
Yes, although obviously this magic phase came after my movement.
Yeah.
So I didn't know I was going to be quite as successful with my magic phase on him.
Sure.
But yeah.
Interesting.
I also got a word of iron off. Fred must have had a bad day with his dispelling in this one. But yeah, I got a word of iron to give the Rhamphodons a bit more armor, so they're 2-up armor, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And the salamanders open up flames and kill all but one of the spears down to the champion.
Nice.
But don't worry, because who's going to get their points? It's the Rhamphodons with their javelins. That is 300 elfish
Boom,
points.
and they deserve every point.
They got all of it.
So they're now on, as you see on the screen, 1,400 points.
Yeah.
So
only
another
down by
300 points. Another spearman unit, maybe, or a Queen's Guard, push them over the edge.
Absolutely, that'd be massive, wouldn't it? They could do it. The Rhamphodon project could work out nicely. Yeah, let's hope for it. They're going to need that 2-up armor save. Right. Oh man, Fred.
Oh well.
All of them. Both the chariots made like 10-inch charges or whatever it was. I mean, I knew that core unit was going to die, but I didn't realise they were going to die like instantly. So yeah,
they got.
Of course, what it does mean is going back to your plan about the Stitch. The Stitch potentially can now do a little shifty and go on a rampage to get that scoring lance.
It's surprising. That surprises me because of Phoenix. I think he has risk 5, I guess, but like the chariots wipe out the Stitch because they're multiple wounds 2 on the top, and they're still strength 5. Lions anyway. So
yeah, I can't remember discussing it with Fred at the time about whether
what defensive is a Stitch.
4, I think.
So everything's hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s or 4s. Yeah.
I don't remember discussing it with Fred or feeling one way or the other whether he was making the right move or whether my Stitch had got away with it.
I mean, this just it makes sure. So he's
absolutely yeah.
It's well in his favour.
The Temple Guard are even further away now. Elves, God.
Yeah, man.
How do elves live with themselves? You know, it's supposed to be a fight.
They live, don't they?
Yeah, there is that. Fair point. And now they've got the Griffin and the Phoenix standing behind them as well. So, yeah, not great.
Sure.
He gets Faber and Melodis up as well, which I let go, I think, because I didn't think I was close enough to do any damage to them yet.
Yeah, you're unlikely to charge
if I'm going to charge them next turn and Melodis is on, that's not great.
Yeah.
But I think I let it go this turn, so...
They got some good spells as well, so...
Yeah.
Oh.
He's running away. It's the Lancer.
To the hills.
Too right. Shooting kills the salamander. I think the other salamander's taken 2 wounds as well. They're wound markers on the salamander,
sure.
Not the... Because I remember this actually when Fred said, "Oh, my Queen's Guard have done like 19 wounds to the salamander." I actually removed the one that had taken 2 wounds, and Fred was like, "Oh no, the other one." I was like, "Oh, you were shooting at that one," and gave him the benefit of the doubt that he was shooting at the healthy one.
Yeah. It's never in doubt whether they kill a salamander, I'm afraid.
I know. It was literally like 19 wounds and I had a 5-up armor save, but it's totally fine.
To say. Yeah.
But yeah, watching you, Fred Brown.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah, deleted, obviously.
Yeah.
He overruns with Phoenix and Chariot, the ones that stay on the board, and they do just stay on the board. And I was gutted that they stayed on the board because they didn't have far to go at all.
Now they can march.
Now they can march. The Phoenix would have been vastly slowed down if it could have been off the board. The other Chariot turns to face the Stygia. I have the same thinking as you. I'm going after the Lancer, so I'm delighted that the Chariot has potentially given me a chance to be out of his line of sight.
Yeah, Stygia looks pretty safe, relatively.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, here he goes. He's going for it. Even the Griffin's not facing in that direction. So I get within, I think, was it within 24? I think it was at this stage. I think I did have an opportunity to do a Quicksilver Lash via the Quattle. So yeah,
cool.
Hoping to pin down that Lancer because it is now 1-1 in scoring units. So this will put me 2-1 up if I can get the Lancer. Yeah. Temple Guard, we don't care. We'll get there eventually. And the Rhamphodons make a very aggressive move. I think I made this move because I wasn't worried about the Queen Guard charging me, obviously. I thought I could take the Phoenix charging them, providing I got some buff magic to defend them.
Oh. Okay.
That was my plan. And I was thinking that Fred has to prioritise dispelling Quicksilver Lash on the Lancer, etc. So that will mean I have dice left to spend on buffing the Rhamphodons.
Okay, sure.
So that's why I was aggressive. I didn't want to hang back with the Rhamphodons, get them shot anyway.
Yeah.
And also, I wanted to be within charge range to prevent a volley fire or cover volley.
Yeah.
You know, like if I'm within 5 inches or whatever. You know what I'm trying to do. So that was my thinking with being aggressive. Over here, I'm well aware of the danger of that Phoenix. Absolutely. That Phoenix staying on is a real problem because it like moves like 918 or whatever.
Yes, yeah, so it's fast.
I know that I need to get moving and quick, and so I do, basically. Salamander moves away as well. He's only on 1 HP, so can't do much against the Queen's Guard without dying. Over here, I fail to kill the Lancer with magic. So this is a spiteful picture of me failing.
So, as in, you got a spell off and it didn't work, or
no? I think this is me getting a spell off and it failing to wound. It was moment. It was.
What was it?
I think it was Quicksilver Lash. It literally a 1 to wound or something like that. You know, you wound
on 2 1s.
Yeah, I guess so. Or something along those lines.
Very unlucky if a quick flash didn't get it.
Whatever it was. But I still get, I think, Fred didn't have good dispelling dice.
Maybe he dispelled that.
Maybe he did.
Because 3 spells off is
I
pretty
don't
good.
remember getting 2 1s on the Quicksilver. So. But I do get Word of Iron and Healing Waters on the Rhamphodon, so we're laughing. Healing Waters won't help, obviously, against Queen's Guard because they're flaming, the blighters. That gives them some protection at least. Which is cool. He does this, another stupid elf plan.
Get rid of the mage. The mage is. Is that the Cosmo mage, is it?
God, playing elves is so utterly frustrating.
Just everyone is expendable apparently in elf land. More so than the sea guard. Just
absolutely. And also he's charged his Phoenix into the Rhamphodons, which I got my buff magic defensively off. I'm okay with. And you know, if I do well against
you got a 2 up, 5 up, haven't you?
Yeah, my issue is that obviously I'm not frenzied. I haven't got Block Toad on the Phoenix, even though the marker is next to the Phoenix. It's not on the Phoenix. So it is just 2 attacks each on the Rhamphodons, and there's only 3 of them fighting. So I was kind of hoping that buff magic would just like deter him from doing it. But no, Fred came in, and I was like, damn it!
That's all he can do, because he can't jaff you, so he's got to do it. He's got to put something in it. I'm surprised, actually, the Griffin wasn't an option to go into there and just obliterate them, but... Yeah, it's one brave mage. Fair play, that man.
Annoying mage.
Give that man
these chariots obviously aren't quick enough to go after my 2 Saurians. So they just face the rear of the Temple Guard.
Sure.
It's fine. His Lancer has buggered off into the corner of the board, of course.
Yep, hidden in the death. He's like hiding himself under bodies.
That's it, yeah. Meanwhile, the Griffin has just enough movement to get on the hill. And man, I was running from turn 1 with that small unit and turn 2 from the bigger unit. And he's still caught up with me.
Yeah, man.
Elves are...
He's not even an elf. It's Phoenix, mate. Come on.
He's aligned with the elves. That's bad enough. You got favourite Melodus off on the mage?
Can you kill the mage? To be fair, with the old Rhamphodons, then if they get the Phoenix, points.
You're right. Yeah. I'm sorry, you jumped topics all of a sudden.
I did. That's how my mind works.
Yeah. Oh, for goodness sake. Lomin Reaper, wherever the hell it is. Actually, it's behind the Griffin. I'm not entirely sure he had that shot, but I can't really complain after my swarm of insects earlier. But yeah, I remember the War Machine. Because the mage is facing the other way. So the mage is the alchemy one. I don't think he had another mage on the
Would this be the Queen's Guard potentially as well? 30 inches is quite big. That's what she said.
Yeah, but either way, it's done 3 wounds to the Stygia, and that's annoying. You can see the Lancer in the top left, unless we're there.
Yes.
So he's running away. I lose a Rhamphodon, which isn't actually too bad to the Phoenix, but I don't do any wounds to it. That's a quick jump, isn't it? Sorry, I thought I would have a conclusion to the Rhamphodon fight picture, but I don't, obviously. I'll have to work out what happens there. But yes, right. This Lancer dies. Yes. Hurrah. Wonderful. We're happy, right? 2-1 up. That's delightful.
Yes.
Look at the magic card that does it.
Mate, always.
I wasted all my dice, or at least, although this following picture is probably going to contradict me. I swear, I cast... Oh no, actually, was he out of range of everything? Yeah, no, ignore that picture about wasting magic dice, because I think the movement on the unit meant that he could get out of range of all of my symbiosis alchemy spells.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't give up on this Lancer. I'll cast Swarm of Insects. He needs to roll armor 2 up or whatever. There's still a chance. And it succeeded.
Make the opponent roll dice, people.
Make the opponent roll dice, and it will work out well for you. So yes, 2-1 up on the capture the flags. Woohoo! Right, this is after combat. I missed out a few
What a man! What a mage!
He took 1 wound to Temple Guard, and I mean, how many Favour of Melodus is he allowed?
He did a wound.
In one phase? Yeah, he killed a Temple Guard as well. It's unbelievable. And I've got Healing Waters on the Temple Guard as well.
Man, what the hell?
Like, how many wounds does Favour stop? Is it 1 on a character?
1, yeah. So you did 2.
So I did 2 wounds to a mage with, well, I guess it's...
I mean, you got static res, though.
It's only 6 Temple Guard, I guess, but still. I mean, he runs, but I don't catch him. So there's even that.
This guy is a hero. This is
literally a legend in elfdom.
They are going to tell tales of this guy for years to come.
Yeah, but you can imagine my Temple Guard are stewing right now, and I'm even worse. I tell you what, if I was a Sourpuss at this point, I apologise, Fred, but
3, 6, let's say 7 attacks.
6 attacks. There's no champion there.
No champ. So 6 attacks.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, wounding on 2s.
Are you hitting on 3s? You have to go 4, aren't you?
Is he defensive 4? Is he?
Oh, at least.
No, I suppose he would be, wouldn't he? Yeah. So 4s re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling 1s though.
Oh yeah. No, don't get me wrong. This is even if you don't re-roll 1s, you've still got 3 through, and then you wounded on 2s.
That's it.
I mean, he's got so you should do 2 wounds, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, even if I don't kill him,
it is ridiculous.
He gets run down, or he should do, the bastard.
Yeah.
But yeah, unbelievable. Over here, he doesn't.
Run.
1? Oh no, it's my turn, isn't it? No, this is. Oh yeah, okay. So this is me moving. This is how I moved my Saurians to try to prevent him from getting both of them. And we actually called over Mikey at this point because I was doing all sorts of fancy maneuvers to try to make it as hard as possible for him to get one or both of my units. So this was like this. We had plenty of time. We weren't running out of time. So I was like playing around with a few options. And I came to the conclusion that my bigger unit should turn to face the Phoenix. Because if he charges them, I reckon I can hold on a turn or two against the Phoenix alone.
Sure.
Like you say, the Phoenix doesn't have a lot of attacks.
Turn 6 coming up, is it?
Yeah, turn 6 is his turn 6 next. So I literally had to survive one more turn.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do was make the smaller unit a longer charge than the bigger unit, basically.
Yeah.
So that if he wanted to charge the smaller unit, he could legitimately fail that, even rerollable. And if he wanted to charge the big unit, potentially he wouldn't kill it. He'll kill them in 2 turns, is the way I worked it out. And it was funny because we called Mikey over and I said to Mikey, I'm thinking all this is legal. Is this... it was just a generally friendly conversation. Is this likely to potentially save my units? I think, and he looked at it and he was like, I could tell you how to do it. And I was like, no, don't tell me how to do it. That's cheating, and that's not right for Fred. If Mikey Newman tells me how to save my Saurian units, so I don't think I did what Mikey was thinking.
Well, so my point of view from this is the issue you've created for yourself is that there is a potential for panic. So what I would have done was I would have had the left unit. I would have just given him the small. Well, actually, yeah, I know what you're trying to do, though.
2-1 up. I'm 2-1 up.
Yeah.
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 One of my considerations
the issue is
opposite directions.
Yeah, the issue is that the small unit will die. So you want to put that small unit up. You've done that the right way. I guess you want to try and get the bigger unit out of 6 inches, is what I would say.
Ideally, yeah.
Rather than anything. But, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents before.
Obviously, if it had been earlier on, I'd been aware of the Phoenix danger earlier, I would have literally had the small unit in one corner and the bigger unit in the other corner.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. You could put the small unit down bottom right, but it'd be really easy to get for him. There.
It would be really easy to get them, and then it'd be 2-2. And at this point, with the Temple Guard getting chaffed by characters, I didn't feel I was getting the Queen's Guard, so I didn't feel I was getting any more than 2, whereas he had the potential to get 3 and leapfrogging me.
So,
but this happens instead in Fred's turn 6. Not panic, not exactly the panic you think. Terror, isn't it? The big unit fails a terror check on cold-blooded 8. I didn't fail a single cold-blooded 8 the entire tournament.
Until it mattered.
And I am very grateful for that. But, yeah, my big unit fails the terror check, runs off the board. Ironically, the small unit that it flees through passes its panic test.
Yeah. I bet at that point you'd be like, I just fail.
Exactly. I was just like, don't just fail. Don't even make him roll the charge.
Yes. Yeah.
But as it happens, they pass the panic test, and the Phoenix gets in anyway, needing like a 9 or a 10 rerollable. So, oh man, and they're not going to survive. It's going to be 3-2 to Fred.
Ooh.
And with that, the objective goes presumed.
So did he do this first?
What do you mean?
Did he declare these charges first?
Before what?
Before any other potential charges.
Oh, I don't remember really.
Okay.
We'll find out. It might jog a memory, but
sure.
I think so.
Because it's his last turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is the reason I've asked that is because if he declared that initial charge into your bigger unit and they passed, then there's still he can't redirect at that point. So his only hope on that side is for him to get through you in 2 turns, which is possible.
Yeah.
It is possible.
It's possible,
but, but it makes it riskier. So. Was there ever a thought in his mind to charge any of this stuff into your Temple Guard?
Sure, I mean
because then he goes right. I've got now. He's like, I do not have to charge these Temple Guard or engage him in any way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if Fred Brown, if you see this, let us know your thoughts on that situation. I think you probably knew that you didn't need to do any charges over here at this point because the picture comes first, so maybe
Yeah.
Either way, the bloody mage rallies, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
But
he's a hero.
You know, totally is.
And presumably everything else is out of line of sight.
Everything else is line of sight.
Did you think about not overrunning?
Not pursuing a reform. I think I did.
Making it a bit harder for him to get like his Queen's Guard out.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if you're obviously facing directly on the Queen's Guard, I don't think.
Yeah, I think maybe I was thinking at that point I was chewing up an objective, and hoping my move over the right flank had actually succeeded in winning the objective.
Yeah.
I think at that point I was probably thinking I was okay with scoring units, and I just wanted mage points.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what's a march to mage? 400, 500. Yeah,
400-ish, yeah.
So it's worth getting, especially in the defiant way that it came against.
Yeah, sure. But now he's out, you could like potentially magic him and stuff. I guess if you're charging, you're not. But yeah.
So in his turn, he rallied and did this with the rest of his army, which is fine. And the chariots move up to support, and that looks like a horrible picture. For
Thank
Saurians,
God there's not 7 turns.
I know, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, if everything charged that, the Temple Guard might not do so well. Well, especially with a mage.
Well, they're definitely going to
kill a mage
as well. By the way,
yeah. Well, yes, that's true. The mage.
What a hero! What a guy! This man. He's doing it on his own. He don't care. Come at me, Temple Guard. Don't worry.
Literally.
See you later.
They're right behind you, mate. What are you doing?
Magic off a stitch. This guy, I'm gonna have to speak to Fred. I'm gonna have to buy this exact model. I need him.
The price just went up.
Yeah,
you know, like transfer window and all that.
Hot property. This guy.
Absolutely, yeah. So right. The something shot the salamander.
We'll call it a Reaper, because why the hell not?
Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, that'll
through the forest, long range. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. See you later.
Yeah. I
bet it was single shot as well.
I mean, actually, we haven't talked. Yeah, it probably was. We haven't even talked about the Rhamphodons. They at some point have fled the Phoenix. There are 3 of them are left, which suggests to me that they fled from the very first charge. Because I lost 2 HP and a charge. I was down by 3 because I didn't wound the Phoenix. So I think I fled straight away and haven't rallied. But I think I rally in my 10-5 actually, like literally, and then put them there, or something like that. Sure. I rallied and didn't go back, basically.
And he didn't chase you with the Phoenix?
I think he did, but not very far.
Sure.
They got away. But anyway, the chameleons managed to pass the panic test from the salamander dying, which is something at least.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, I got Healing Waters off, but this is in his turn, so this is him shooting. Kills 4, which is not bad, considering the amount of fire that they get.
That's only 3 more than the mage himself.
So. Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah. Thanks for that. They crumble and die horribly to a flank charge, as you would expect.
Yeah.
That is 3-2 to Fred, just like that. My Temple Guard, they're not going to let that mage live. No chance.
You wouldn't.
No chance.
You wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember.
This guy needs
I don't
to
remember
die.
actually rolling the combat. It may be that Fred actually fled and made them run him down.
Yeah.
Because there was a genuine chance, with about 4 inches between them, there's a genuine chance that elf gets away and not rallies, so we've only got half point.
Well, it's just dice, isn't it? You're not just right. He is, so if he outdices
No, exactly. Yeah. So, but fortunately, the mage does go down. So you cannot buy that mage because he's dead.
He's dead.
Dead.
But he died heroically.
Yeah.
What a battle! I mean, a statue, I think, is in order.
Yeah. There's the Phoenix going after them, but not doing enough.
Yeah.
Or
was that your Rhamphodons rallying? Because this is your turn.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, maybe they had fled all that way to the edge of the board actually, and maybe they were rallying here. But yeah, it's just catching up on what's happening over there anyway. The Phoenix did try and come after them.
Sure, but they survived.
They survived.
Okay.
They survived, so they didn't lose their points.
So I mean, they're on like ka-ching, 1,400 points, right?
Out of 1,700,
but they didn't die this time.
No.
So the points, they kept their points this turn.
Oh, is this the first time they've survived?
I think so. I can't remember.
Okay.
It was either the first or second. So potentially that 1,700 drops down.
Yes, to about what they've caused.
Right?
Yeah, 338 they were.
So,
Arguably. But then, with a unit like that, you do expect it to be in positive points, don't you? You don't really just take it just to achieve its points. It's not chaff at the end of the day. So they've not covered themselves in glory, but I will concede that they haven't done as badly as they could. Maybe. For a 338-point unit. Yeah. Quattle puts the most venomous of Quicksilver Lash into a chariot or whatever. Yeah. It's like, I'm going to kill you all, you elves. Absolutely. And I get points for a chariot, which is something at least. But yeah. And these chameleons come up and just pew pew.
You never know.
But it shows what they could have done had Fred not moved him away so early. Because, a unit of 5 did 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Imagine what another 18 shots could have done. In regular turns.
For sure, yeah.
And there it is, the final picture, with the Temple Guard looking strong and happy. But yeah, the elf unit's looking pretty healthy as well.
Good game.
It was a good game. I really would have enjoyed it, because Fred was a great opponent, and it was a really fun battle. But there were a few things that I was just like, that bloody mage, those bloody war machines, that bloody Phoenix.
I think Fred uses Phoenix as well, actually.
I think Fred played this one fantastically, like genuinely from start to finish. Maybe the chariot should have charged the Stitch instead. Maybe that's the only thing I can think Fred might have done differently.
Yeah. I'm surprised with his Griffin not being
didn't get in,
so aggressive with it.
I think the idea is that it can't take on Temple Guard on its own.
Yeah.
Or at least it would die to the grind.
And it doesn't want go in with Queen's Guard or Sea Guard.
No, exactly, yeah. And the chariots were going off on their own thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Fred played fantastically in this one. Yeah. So fair play to him. I apologise if I was a little bit salty at the end, because once again, day 2 losses for me.
Did you throw his mage model across the room when you killed it?
I'm gonna say no.
Take it! Oh, we do a slatch. Take it off!
Yeah, too right. This number is wrong. I didn't only score 776. I actually scored 1,663, and the difference is 776. So if you're looking at that and thinking that point score is not a 15.5, it's because it's wrong.
Objective, yeah.
It was 2,439 to 1,663. So it was 12.8, and then objective made it 15.5. So that Phoenix getting the objective cost me, really, because 2-1 up, and genuinely, if the big unit had held, I might have been able to hold off the Phoenix and win the objective 2-1. And that would have potentially
11-9 win. Sorry, even on these points.
Yeah, even on those points. And it wouldn't have been those points, because I'd have had 2 extra units of Saurians, 600 points worth. So, yeah, real.
So, and as well, if it had run off the board that turn, he might not have had.
Yeah, if he'd have run off the board when he overran, he wouldn't have been able to get the Phoenix onto the hill.
A few things.
So, yeah, I might have been a bit disappointed, so not as happy as I could have been when I was talking to Fred at the end. But apologies if that came across, because Fred was a great opponent, and it was a really fun battle to play in. So
it didn't help you with flipping him off while you were talking to him.
Every single thing the elves did. Yeah, Fred might have suffered because it was elves, and I hate elves. So you just took the wrong answer.
I think I should apologise for Fred.
You should.
As an elf.
You have caused this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe he's watched a few of your battle reports, because there was definitely like the mage chaff, the backing away constantly.
I don't think I can claim.
No, Fred was good. Fred was really good.
Any damsels that ever chaff, I can claim.
You can copyright it, yeah,
right?
definitely.
If anybody chaffs with a damsel,
that's it.
That's a lucky sixes move, I'm afraid.
It definitely is.
However, other character chaff, I'm not sure in general I can.
Sure. Okay. All right. We'll give Fred that one then.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So my tournament ends there. I've got a picture of how I ended the showings. 37 out of 100. Not fantastic by any means. It's 1 win, round 2, and 4 losses. So obviously that doesn't achieve the 2 win minimum expectation. I don't get to the 50 points, so I failed in that regard as well. And while I have failed to achieve those objectives, I didn't come away feeling terribly down about it. I felt like I'd given it a go. I definitely felt that there were some key mistakes that I made throughout all 5 games that meant I didn't win many objectives. I won 1 objective, maybe. Can't even remember the Joe game, whether I won objective or not. I'll have a quick look now. But I genuinely felt like I had... Yeah, I won 15-5.
And
so
you were joined with Rory.
Yes, who was also playing Saurians.
Who ended up winning...
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. So Rory won Best in Race.
Yeah. So you were literally like 1 point away from Best in Race.
I was a few victory points away. Yeah. I was. Rory did win Best in Race with Saurians. I forgot about that completely. I'd wiped it from my brain. Such was the hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Check out his podcast as well with the Thundercocks, Jack Chapman and James as well. So he's talking about that. Yeah. So from his point of view, but yeah, you were close, man.
No, I did forget about that. And considering there was only 6-1 in the tournament, that is the bottom snippet of the table.
Yeah.
So there's no hiding that. But yeah, Saurians didn't have a good tournament clearly. Who else was Simon Bromley? Says he's playing Saurians. I don't know whether
he was. Yeah, he was double croc score block.
Yeah. I think a few of the Saurian players actually dropped. Actually, there were about 6 going into the tournament, and then 2 or 3 of them actually dropped out.
Yeah, Tommy was one of them, wasn't
he? Yeah, I think so. 20? Yeah, no, I think you might be right. Yeah. Yes, he wasn't well, was he? He had to drop out. No. I think Proxy might have not managed to make. But no, I could be wrong about that. So ignore that.
Sure.
So anyway, 37 points. Could be better. But hey, it was a good effort. Temple Guard project.
Yeah, and fair play if you're trying the Temple Guard project. I know you had so many reservations going into it, so I respect, bro, for actually getting that on the table for a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, they're not game-breakingly good, and so really I shouldn't be taking them. But at the end of the day, I wanted to give them a run, and the Saurians will have a new book soon.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the new
and since Tech, brings. I think I can't remember what.
Yeah, no, they have gone down.
They've gone down in points, and then there's a new update coming, which you never know.
Maybe Temple Guard to get back on the table.
Then it'll be about 15 points a model by the time you actually get round to seeing them.
Yeah, they still need to be cheaper. Great, yeah, so we'll end it there for my tech. Please let me know your thoughts, both on this battle and on my tournament as a whole. Let me know if it is possible to pass to 5 up Aegis against War Machines, because I'm doubting it myself. We'll roll into your round 5.
And wrap up tech this week.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, do all your usual wonderful things, because we love you for it. And we'll roll on to the next one.
See you later.